Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Kiyodo. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Kiyodo, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? On the floor? Like peasants? Oh, you disgust me sometimes. And I like it. And why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't realize I was just being myself. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Back pain, huh? Fairly regular back pain. I wonder what that's from. Is that so? I wonder why that is. Yes, thank you, me. Thank you. Just high five myself. Sweet. It's most likely because my... Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture. That's the thing. Nothing to do with anything else at all. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll just be super dense about it, and I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayoti's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Really? Candy and chocolate? I mean, oolong tea, especially with chocolate? Sure, why not? Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Myself. The gasp. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. Then I probably shouldn't be doing this either. Oh my god. We've totally messed up with a book reader. Oh no. We're getting our books ruined. I mean, that's the same way I feel about controllers and my keyboard and my mouse. But, holy crap, that's so funny. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. What are you talking about, dude? What are you gonna do? Pop it in her mouth? I apprehensively place a chocolate in her mouth. Yes! Oh my god. Of course. God damn. Like, we know this person for what? 2-3 days? And we're already pulling this stunt? God damn. Like, good job me, but also, holy crap, you have no fucks. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. You know, I would too, so... Holy crap, that's hilarious. Why? Kiyodo? Sorry? We're not really sorry. Not at all. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Oh my god, I can't stop laughing. This is a great... Ah, man. Why didn't I think of this back in high school? This writer knows what's going on. That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? Sure. I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah, that's all I was. Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything. I don't know, this is super cringy or just hilarious as fuck or both. Holy crap. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. I thought she was gonna say something like, oh, I'm diabetic, so I can't have sugar. Oh, that'd be horrible. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. Breaths? Breath. Oh, man. Thank you. I mean, it sounds like the same word, so I'm just gonna go with it. It's breasts. I raise my arm. Ah. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take a chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. What is this turning into? Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Kiyodo, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, totally. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. I mean, hell, I'd do it. Apparently, I don't care already at this point. You know, I spent all this time hanging out with Yuri. I might as well just show her the poem, right? It just makes sense. And everybody, get a clue! Alright, get a clue. Get off me already, because you know this is the one and only. Let's see what you've written for today. She might not like it as much, right? Because some of the words were appealing to Sayori instead. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Kyoto. This one might even be better than yesterday's. You're saying shit! How dare you lie to my face directly! I know that you're just saying things to make me feel better about myself, and now I hate you for it. Thanks for that feeling. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery, you know? Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? Swallowing? Oh no. This joke can't be used anymore. Oh god, demonetized. Not like it's monetized anyways. I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I only really write for myself, and besides, people will just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Why do you have to add that extra line? Why can't you just share your poem with everybody? Like, what's the problem here, girlie? Okay, here we go. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, a hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we have gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. You know, the raccoon sounds like us. It sounds like protagonists right now. The bread is like what is attracting us to this person, right? And the knife would be the tool in which this person attracts us with this object or whatever it is, the bread. So if we analyze this poem, I want to say, whoopsies, that's right-clicking totally takes away the screen, but yeah, you had the strange tendencies as an ordinary human, you say. And you're aware of the consequences. So, you're basically persuading me to be more interested in this bread, which is possibly like you, for instance, or something that you have, like your own personal trait. So you're trying to show off your personal traits using your knife, the tool, and by using such said knife, we are trained to believe that with knife comes the traits that we like, right? So there's that. And I think that maybe Yuri thinks she's aware that she's pulling us in with her dirty tricks. And we're totally taking the bait, and it's totally okay, because, you know, that's what we want anyways. We want the bread. It's filler. But it's not... The bread is filler, but it's not a wholesome meal. Perfect. There. We are overlooking into this poem, and I'm totally okay with that. So I'm assuming that the bread is just bread. Nothing more than just simple carb, there to stuff your stomach, but isn't very nutritious and or useful if you don't have the rest of the food pyramid. Or whatever it's called now. Perfect. I like that. I kind of want to see the other poems now. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I could tell. I mean, the blood has nothing to do with the bread. Why does the raccoon have such an urge? I don't understand that part, but oh well. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical, but in a way, it was easier to understand than the last one. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. Good job. I'm pretty sure I analyzed that one pretty well. I'm just gonna give myself high five. There we go. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. That's not nice. Jesus Christ, man. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Kiyodo? Me? Oh my god. I usually throw out all of my embarrassing stuff on the table and then joke about it. This is being serious here too. It's because, honestly, if you can throw it on the table into the public, nobody can blackmail you for that. For one, but also you're joking about it because you know it's happened and you can acknowledge it as a weird or wrong thing, right? So in a way it's good to at least acknowledge your mistakes or embarrassing moments. And also if you put it out there, then yeah, you don't have the trouble having to bottle it up inside. And kind of feels good to let it all out, right? Even if you're venting to everybody, which not always a good thing to do because, you know, the things that people do isn't always good. So I can't say that I speak for everyone in that case. Just a matter of context, right? If it's not something like really crazy that's, federally illegal, for example, then I guess it's all personal opinion at that point. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. Good for you. That's what I'd say too. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. I also hear those random empty compliments from people too. Not just people in general, but perhaps that's not a thing anymore, where male and female have very specific ways of dealing with their like-gender friends. But I mean, it's just a commonplace to believe that, guys like to joke around and insult each other to become friends, whereas women like to give compliments. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about the whole compliment thing. I'd rather know my mistakes or things that I can change for the better so that I can improve myself. And in that way is actually more important to me than just being like, oh yeah, I'm good at this thing. I am totally amazing here. Or this skill is something that I do really well compared to other people. Because that's just so narcissistic, and it's not something that you want to have as a quality trait of your personality, right? Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. Writing, listening, there really aren't many people like you, Kiyodo. Yeah, that's exaggerating more than just a little bit, my friendo. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiled sincerely at me.